Here's the rookie out of Washington is going to get called for a pretty bogus PI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Making the Pro Bowl in his first season.
On that replay.
And certainly not guilty there. Pass interference.
Yeah, not at all.
All right, lining up in the I formation. He's got his fullback behind him and blue behind that fullback. He motions Hopkins out to the left. It's going to be a throw. Hoyer throws to his left to Hopkins.
Wow, Hopkins.
They drew that up well.
Yeah, absolutely. That nice hitch right there, coming back and finding the ball.
Hopkins knowing just how far he had to run to get that first.
Absolutely. And Brian Hoyer now trying to take advantage of that gift the refs gave him.
And you can see Sean Smith there. His eyes, looking for the ball. Mm-hmm. He was ready. He was playing him soft, ready to concede that first.
Yeah, okay. That looked like they were...
Now it's blue far in the backfield. He's got his tight end Fyodorowicz on the left, and two receivers split out to the right. The give is to Blue. Blue looked to be wrapped up in the backfield, but a nice play for a couple yard gain.
That is why they have him on the team. I mean, Alfred Blue is not going to be breaking off.
He's not a feature back.
He's not a feature back, but he's hard to bring down the backfield. He's got that kind of size and momentum that makes him a very hard running back to bring down, unless you've got like 3 or 4 people in the pile.
We may see some Chris Polk today. He had some good stints in Philly.
Yep.
He has the potential to be a feature back. Hoyer's going to give again to Blue. Blue showing patience, but it's not going to gain him more than 4 yards. But talking about Chris Polk. Yeah. Chris Polk is a player who barely saw the field in college. Still, because of his pedigree, because of the school he came out of in high school, and because of how good he was in high school and who he was backing up, ended up on an NFL roster and has ended up made to keep his career alive. And I expect we'll see quite a lot of him if Blue doesn't pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it might be a work in progress. They're trying to develop.
Hoyer's going to throw over to the right.
Quick release.
And it's complete to Griffin for the first down.
Very good look there. Brian Hoyer looking to be absolutely motivated after that interception. He looks like a different man.
He really needed that boost. Ryan Griffin there. The tight end was lined up out wide. The second string tight end.
The Texans have been coming out in those 2 tight end sets, those kind of jumbo sets, to protect Hoyer a little bit more, give him more time in the pocket, and it's been paying off. The Chiefs haven't really been able to get that much pressure on this drive.
The receiving corps is going to need time to get open against these Chiefs DBs.
Ooh,
the pitch to Blue and no. A Chiefs player came flying in there.
I think they had that snuffed out from the start.
Blue still unable to go very far on the toss. Maybe made it back to the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say, if Brian Hoyer played more Madden, he would know that the toss never works.
They had 3 players out wide to block for Blue, and none of them got pushed. Even the tight end Fyodorowicz.
No.
Derek Johnson is the one who got in there first to disrupt that. All right, now Hoyer out of the gun. He brings Smith over to tight end, and the give is to Blue again.
Nice blocking.
On second and long.
I'll be like 4 or 5, bringing up another third and not ideal scenario.
Justin Houston on the tackle there, impact player in the Chiefs' front 7.
The Texans will have to run one more play before the quarter's out. Can't take advantage of that stoppage of time, catch their breath.
And it looks like Hoyer's going to come out in the gun. He's got Hopkins lined up to his right, but now he sends him out
wide
into a slot receiver position. He's got 3 men out to his right. He looks right.
And my goodness, that's a fumble, and the Chiefs have the ball, I think.
And the Chiefs have the ball. The Chiefs recover. The Chiefs recover. Look like Brandon Dunn. With the great play to make that recovery, getting the ball at his hip.
So you remember when Brian? Oh man, no, he wasn't even stripped.
On his own player.
Yeah, he just lost the ball.
So the credit for the fumble for the strip sack will go to Joffrey Pagan, who was working on the player who knocked the ball out of Hoyer's hand, and it will be Brandon Dunn making the big recovery. Brandon Dunn, a first-year pro out of Louisville, on that team with Teddy Bridgewater that did so well.
Huge play to kill the Texans' momentum there. They were absolutely driving.
And we knew this would be a defensive game. We knew we were not going to see a lot of scoring.
Only score so far is still that the first play of the game, that return touchdown.
Special teams.
Yep.
How big of a factor does that? At the time we laughed it off. Fluke play.
Absolutely no, but
it could be the whole difference in this game.
That's absolutely true. And again, especially in a duel of two elite defenses, that's starting off in the hole 7 points is that enough to win? Probably not, but...
And talking about these defenses, you have to give credit to the defensive coordinators, and one of our interesting storylines for the night, defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, Bob Sutton, he's done a great job, especially with the secondary this year.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, Romeo Crennel.
Yes!
Ex-head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep. Went through some very emotional, troubling times there in Kansas City.
Absolutely. It was...
dealt with...
You didn't like to...
You don't want to talk about it.
No, but...
Perhaps, is it football related? Is it CTE related?
Right.
I don't know. It's sad is what it is.
It's absolutely sad.
It was, he had to deal with a bunch of bullshit, is the best way to put it,
right.
I think.
Right.
And then losing his job, Andy Reid coming in and doing surprisingly a decent job. But Crennel now
building this Texans defense
and accruing just incredible talent.
Absolutely.
But the
people
schemes
seem
are good.
to want to play for him.
Yeah, for sure.
That's perhaps, I don't want to take anything away from Crennel at all, but perhaps this is a better role for him. Not in a head coach role where you have to literally do everything, but you can just focus on one thing, have your squad of guys, and just and have that be it.
Brian Hoyer and Bill O'Brien having words, but it's Alex Smith out on the field. He's under center. Fakes the give to West, and he's throwing deep down left.
Oh my goodness.
And he has his tight end, Travis Kelce, for a gain of 15.
I didn't even think that pass was to him. It was very high arcing. I thought he was looking a little bit further downfield, but a very nice catch there by Travis Kelce, who I believe so far the Chiefs' leading receiver.
Travis Kelce, you think you've overthrown him, but he's 6'5", and he can go up there and get those balls.
Yeah. Absolutely,
what big man
jump. Oh, and now man.
More commercials.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Perfect. God, why? This commercial actually makes me sad. Defense. I don't want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger promoting a.
That man governed his state.
He did. I think he still does.
No,
I'm pretty sure he's still the governor of California.
I'm pretty sure you're really wrong.
Why don't we here? Let's
go to our researchers on our researching team. Siri, who is the governor of California?
It's Jerry Brown. I'm wrong. It's also kind of weird that they go right from
to drones
to the army, from Clash of Clans to join the army.
We have our first comment. It's not through the official commenting forum, but through text message.
We have an official commenting forum?
We do. You can comment when you're listening. There's a whole platform for it.
Oh, okay.
But a certain person felt the need to text us directly.
Yeah.
And he said that we're not drunk enough.
Yep. Now keep in mind, folks.
That was the sound of us.
We're gonna be going all day.
Yes,
we've got another game, so we gotta pace a little bit.
Oh boy, we also only have 12 beers, so we have to make it run. Stop! You cannot have after 2 beers. You cannot be so drunk that you.
I don't need to be what?
McDonald's fucking fried cheese sticks.
I wasn't aware that McDonald's had fried cheese sticks.
Oh, it's probably good.
I think that's a game changer.
I don't eat cheese, so...
I think... You know what?
As my best friend from elementary school would say, eat cheese. He literally made that a thing.
Eat cheese?
Yeah, he made it a thing. Like everybody in our elementary school started saying "eat cheese" because he was like instead of telling, he would say it instead of like "fuck you," he'd be like "eat cheese." Oh, I don't know who that was.
Who
talking
are those
for a second
people?
there. So something we want to highlight. We want to highlight it, especially the no huddle.
Yeah, here's the thing. We've been talking about all these things all game so far. We've been talking about Alex Smith excelling in the quick passes, the bootlegs, the checkdowns, those short routes. He's
both
been going
teams
over
using
the top
a lot
two.
of the tight ends.
Absolutely.
All right,
those
Smith
power
goes
sets
center.
so helpful to have those blockers
and the
there.
give is to West, and West runs into big Jared Crick. Big Jared Crick out of Nebraska.
They're now showing these these kind of quick releases. They're also
the key there, you're showing them how they can get the linebackers to bite.
Yeah,
and that gets you into the second level a little bit easier if you can get some of the front seven to bite.
The Texans' second level, not by any
not
means
their strength,
bad,
but not their strength.
But absolutely, once you get
give us to
through
West.
the first line,
West gets tripped up there.
He kind of got
looked
through, but
like
got tripped
by
up.
Watt.
Absolutely,
maybe getting his hand on the shin of West. And look at that walrus calling plays for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Speaking of walruses, Mythbusters' final season.
Now you're going to watch the tackle Jeff Allen pull there, and he is just not able to get it done, not able to get enough push to let.
Just got his arm free and literally tripped him.
Smith out of the gun. He has West in the backfield behind him. 3 men split out wide, an X, a Y, and a slot. Kelsey is the tight end. Changing the play. Gets the snap, fires to Kelsey. Kelsey!
Oh, man, trying to stretch for it, but that's going to be 4th down and short.
Not strong enough to get past Quentin Demps, who is playing in the nickel there. The free safety for the Texans.
Obviously, the drawback to running all those quick release plays is, you're counting on a guy like Travis Kelsey to be able to, just hit the turbo button and beat their man, but when it's 3rd down, you throw behind the sticks. That's always the risky run.
Cairo Santos lining up for the 49-yard field goal.
This would be the first points scored. Not on, beside that return. I think that one. Yep, that one looks good.
And the Grozo Award winner nails it through the uprights. And Kansas City looks pretty good so far.
Absolutely,
10-0.
If you had asked me before the game, in defensive struggles, it's all about how many points it takes to win, right? Well, in any game, it's how many points it takes to win. But obviously,
all right,
maybe
John,
I am drunk.
All right, John Madden.
Yeah, there you go.
Here you have to score points to win the game.
The issue is, in a defensive struggle, obviously those points are harder to come by. So being in, a little bit into the second quarter, being in a deficit of 10 points, and when your quarterback options are Brian Hoyer and Brandon Weeden, it's kind of dark. It's not a good look there.
And we are enjoying, of course, State Farm commercials with this effing cheesehead guy.
Yeah.
And that effing cheesehead guy. The second one, of course, being Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, Boom Beach. So let's unmute this.
Here's the thing about Boom Beach. What?
That guy is clearly like a Nazi scientist.
I was going to say, they're putting that on TV. It's literally, he's wearing a Nazi uniform, except without the swastikas.
Like the arm patch. Just
the red arm patches with eagles on them. Like, oh man, basketball is great, guys.
All right, and just to remind you, we will be covering later tonight the Steelers versus the Bengals.
That one, a very important game for one specific reason. If you tune into our broadcast of Steelers Bengals, you don't fucking have to listen to Phil Simms and Jim Nantz.
And
oh my God,
why would you want to?
Really, I remember the last time I watched them cover a game. I literally put on, I believe, Outkast's Stankonia. and muted the TV.
Leading up to the national championship, Derrick Henry, I'm sorry, but you did not deserve to win the Heisman.
Nope.
Christian McCaffrey did.
Yep.
And so did other people. But,
well,
you know,